One shall stand, one shall fall.
Hey guys, welcome back. We are now in part 2 of our Prime build, and I've just got everything for the structure of the upper torso here. Flash there. Just kind of piecing it together, seeing which direction I want to go. I've decided I'm going to use this for the superstructure of the torso, at least the upper torso, not necessarily the midriff, but yeah, it's got this, it's nice thick plastic. It fits in here well, but of course we're going to cut this up, but it'll form a nice structure underneath what I'm going to do. And actually I just thought about something. Could I use this in some way up here? Because I'm going to have to, I don't care if there's a hole in the back, I'm going to be covering the back with, this is the back plate of the cab. So, but I'm going to have to kind of form a upper structure here for things to go on. Could I use this? Or could I use it like this? I'll have to, no. Like this. So you can see I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. Maybe something like that. I could cut the curve off, do what I want in that regard. So yeah, just thinking about the structure. I've also been thinking about the cab itself. I've decided I'm going to be cutting the doors off here. I'm going to cut this way and then I cut down like this. I kind of want to keep this intact. I want to keep this intact, but I do want to cut off the front here. I'm going to cut after I get the door off, I'm going to cut the lights right here, and then I'm going to cut under the lights too to kind of form a section that goes slightly tapered. And then I'm going to do something with the grill. I'm not quite sure yet. And then this is the structure that on that art was right here, and I'm going to think about putting that back there in segments at least. And I could see this big section won't be here because of the grill, so I might be able to segment it around his torso a little bit. And then of course we have this part of the grill which will form part of his waist, and again I'm probably going to segment that kind of around his hips. And we have other parts too. I'm trying to figure out no, that's the shoulders, what to do behind the glass, something like that. I've got this thing here, it's got some detail on it. This is part of the roof of the cab, and yeah, I think it's got AC vents up here, I'm not sure. But yeah, maybe that will be part of the interior too of his chest. If I can get these together. This won't go right up against there, I still have to put the glass in. So that is what I'm doing right now, figuring this out. Here's, these actually are the sections that go alongside the cab that hold in the smokestacks here. And again, slicing this up to become the shoulders. I think I'll be slicing right here, cutting them more or less in half, but I'm going to have to cut it down a little bit more. Cutting it here, cutting it here. I'm using those parts to wrap around the front, around the side. As far as the back goes, again, I could add greeblies in there. So I'm going to start cutting up this cab section and seeing how this all goes together. I'll be right back. Alright, as you can see, we got a bunch of work done here. The cab is thoroughly chopped. I got the doors, got the front of the cab right here. We got the top of the cab. And we got the sun visor cut in half, because that's going to go up here. So, we also have the bumper wrapping around the cab nicely. I did, this is permanently affixed. These three chopped up pieces. None of the chrome is permanently affixed to the sections of cab. Like these, this. And the reason I did that is to, first off, know where it goes. Secondly, I need to drill holes. These are fog lights. I forgot about these guys. Fog lights. Drill them out. Have to drill up the back side and mount my SMDs on either side. Same thing with the headlights, except for I have to drill the fronts of those out too. Mount my SMDs on the back side. And the top of the cab, these fog lights, these four guys, are going to be fiber optics. I'm going to mark off where I've got them mounted, because this is pretty much where I want them. Mark it off on the bottom with some pencil, and drill some holes in here. Luckily, these parts... Actually, let's grab the tree. Yeah, there it is. These parts have natural holes in the back. So all I have to do is drill in from the front and run my fiber through that, down through this and into my cab, where I'll have a light. I'll have an amber light, and we'll run all the fibers to those. These other ones will be just individual SMDs for the lights and the fog lights up here. I think I've settled on this for being the internal structure of his upper torso. This is not permanent. This is just stuck in here. Mainly because, well, it works, and because it'll give me a nice place to mount everything I need onto it. Such as, like, the front of this will be mounted up here. We have these things which will be mounted right along here. The grill abs are going to go right up in here. So it's a nice mounting place for all of that. Plus, battery pack. I need a little. I'm going to run this off a 3-volt battery. So I need to put that somewhere. I need to put the switch somewhere. So that's that right there. And when I get the backing plate cut up, I don't even have it marked yet. I'm going to cut it into 3 sections, one each side in the middle. In the middle section, going to drill this out, put a little magnet there, corresponding magnet on here. You can just slap it on, take it off, turn it on and off, slap it back on. Nice and easy, quick release. So we have the doors. They are marked off. I haven't cut them apart. Not sure which part or where of the forearm this is going to be, but this is 2 halves of the forearm, or rather 2 sides. As you saw, I do have the grill marked off for the abs. I'm going to chop that into 6, and those are the abs. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, I have the inside of the cab, because this is hollow. One thing that will go in here is my LED for my fog lights on the top. That'll be mounted somewhere in here, and I'll make a sheath out of some shrink tubing, run them out of that, and that'll be mounted probably back here. But behind the windows here, which are going to be super open, I think I'm going to do this for this up here, maybe. Something like that. Fill in the gaps. I'm going to cut up the dashboard and put some of those in there as kind of background pieces. The other thing I'm doing is I'm painting this all like the truck would be. Like, this will be painted that kind of tan color and the wood grain. I'm going to paint this all up to look like a truck, and when I assemble it, it's just robot parts. Like, the inside of this will be painted like I painted the cab for my other build. Same thing with this and this. I think this is blue. But this will be that tan. Where is that one section? Where'd it go? I just had it. Huh. I lost something. I lost something big, too. Wow. Losing stuff. That is never a good sign. Anyways, there's the back section of between the sleeper and this. Which, where the heck did that go? That's going to be somewhere, and I'm going to paint that to look like it's just like brown with a gold in the middle. So that's what that will look like. Seriously, this is weird. It just like vanished. I don't know. 200 and some parts. It's not good to have some stuff vanishing. I also have let go parts of the seats. Still, I've got the these parts of the seats. I got the seats themselves, and those will be going somewhere in the cab or around the cab. Again, with all these, like 280 some parts, I think it said on the box, that, you know, you can put stuff all over the place. And trying to make it make sense. I'm trying to put stuff that would be in the cab on or around the cab section. So, like, it looks like it shifted, but it didn't move super far. It's not like I'm going to put, like a seat cushion on the lower legs. So I guess it kind of sort of makes sense, but totally doesn't at all. So that is what I'm doing here. I also have a head. It is off of a Masterpiece figure, MP04 I think. I sold my MP04 with a third-party head on it, so I still have the original head, which is fine because this aesthetically doesn't look bad. You can see he's got those nice chrome eyes, which we'll be putting 2 very small SMDs in there, lighting those up blue. This is on a stand, which is cool. It's a nice detailed stand. It does say Transformers right there. We'll have to get rid of that. But it's a nice, cool, detailed, kind of robotic-looking stand, and it actually has a neck. We'll be incorporating that into the build. I've already kind of cut this out to fit it. It will be down here more than mounted on the top, so sort of like that. And it does have a little button. You can move his mouth. But yeah, I do have to repaint this to be more in line with the colors of blue I'm using on the truck. There is one screw. Unfortunately, there is a metal pin that goes all the way across. I'm going to have to drill that out. It doesn't really matter. I don't care if his head fins move. I'm going to glue them into position anyways. But yeah, I need this apart to do my electronics and to repaint this. But yeah, this is the head. It doesn't look too bad scale-wise with the truck. We put the head right there. It's a little small. It's a little tiny small, but I think it'll work. So I'm going to get back to work drilling some holes for the lights and cutting more of this cab up. I do have the shoulders marked off, by the way. So I'll be getting to work on the shoulders. I'll be back when I've got some more work done. Well, as you can see, we have the upper torso coming together. Not coming together permanently, just tacked together just to get an idea of what goes where. Got all the holes drilled out for the lights. Fog lights, headlights, these fog lights. I already don't like this angle. This angle is going to have to pop up so the bottom of this is more flush with this. Otherwise the lights are just going to shine into the sun visor. But I am liking the angles on this torso. So for the back, kind of comes down and then down like that. Up here, comes up and down. This angle right here. This angle right here. His abs, his abdomen in particular, is pretty darn good. I like that. And the more I look at the grill like this, the more I'm thinking about keeping that as a singular piece. We will see what happens. Yeah, this is just the radiator shroud, and the radiator tacked in as the sides of his abdomen. Don't know if that's going to stay that way. Maybe, maybe not. We will see what we will see. The other thing we're going to have to start doing now is creating a skeleton. This thing's going to be fragile, and I don't want it. I don't want if it fall over, it to shatter like glass. I mean, parts will fall off, but I need some meat underneath, or rather bones underneath it. So we're going to be cutting one up here for his arms, and then down along his arms, his forearm, his upper arm and his forearm will have little pieces of rod in them. I'll have a rod like this for the shoulders, a connecting rod here for the chest, abdomen, and waist. Not the waist. The waist will actually put another bar across. So it'll look like a T up here and another T down here. And then for the legs, we'll put 2 pieces in. One for the thigh and one for the lower leg. And then we'll be putting discs, metal discs on for his feet to help reinforce those. So he's not going to be just plastic parts. We're going to be reinforcing him. Alright, so I'm going to get back to work with this guy. Alright, well, I got my lights in from Evan Design. So let's take a look at these real quick here. Let's bring these on up. Luckily, the glue they use isn't super sturdy. Get that packing slip out of there first, out of the way. And let's see what we got. That is it. Alright. We got 2 power supplies in here. 3-volt batteries. Plus some other LEDs. Oh no, wait, these are my batteries, power supplies and batteries. and switches. So I got 2 power supplies, 2 switches, and 1 battery. Shoot. I think I should order another. I don't see the battery in here. Oh, there it is. I see the battery. I'm hoping that's 1 battery per, but I think I made a mistake. I think I just ordered 1 battery. Nope, I got 2 batteries. I didn't screw that up. Good. So yeah, we got our switches. We have our batteries. Let's pull one of those out real quick. Take a look at it. Whoops, we'll just pull both of them out. That's fine. Yeah. So, there we go. Little battery holder here. Little flipper switch here. And I'm thinking that this and the battery are going to mount down into here. There should be more than enough room right here for this battery mount. The switches I could put somewhere else. There's so much room in here too that I could technically put this anywhere I want, as long as I can access it. So, but I kind of like the idea of up here. So those are our batteries and our battery holders, all that kind of nice stuff. This is the main part here. Alright, we have an orange chip. These are going to be for, this is the chip. Yeah, this is the larger one. Chips. Or is it? Let's see. A Pico? It's the really small one. The Pico blue. Okay. Well, here are the eyes. See, how small those are. Those are going to be the eyes, the 2 blue. Two orange. These are for the fog lights up front. Cool white. These are for the front lights, the 4. Let's bring this in. These are for these 4 lights. The chips for red in case I want to do the tail lights. And I accidentally ordered the wrong size. Oh no, I did. It's the chip. Okay. This will be a this will be for my fiber optics, which are going to run to these 4 up here. I'm just going to put the fiber optics, create a shroud around this whole thing, and run my fibers up into these 4 holes. So I think we're good on the lights. I think we are. I think we ordered enough. All right, we've got the shoulder together, sort of, kind of, just all temporary, and part of the forearm I'm just messing around here. This is where the hand's going to come out, and this is just the top of it. So yeah, the shoulder will be somewhere in here. I'm still not sure about the size of the shoulder, if I like it or not. Maybe, maybe not. I like the height. I think that's appropriate. I don't know about the width. We'll see how I feel about it once I get some more of the arm together. But this is where we're going to call it for this week. We're moving on to something else. I think I'm going to work on the head and the arms next week. We'll see. But I want to thank everyone for joining me, and you guys have a great day. Take care.